All right, 41. In triangle ABC, M and N are midpoints. So how can I mark my triangle to show that? M is the midpoint of AB. So wouldn't that mean that this segment here has to be congruent to this segment here? And N is another endpoint, midpoint. So that means this one here is congruent to this one here. Which statement best describes the relationship between segment MN? In other words, if we connected these two, and segment AC, this one way down here. What's the relationship between those two segments?
MN is half of AC.
Uh-huh. This segment here is half of AC. So if we cut AC in half, this and this would be congruent. MN is half of AC.
Oh, alright.
So if I tell you MN is 5, for example, how much would AC be? 10. Yes, ma'am.
I got all the above for that one.
Oh, is there an all of the above for that?
Yeah.
I didn't even look at the other choices. Let's keep looking. I looked today, I'm like, hey, that's good. So that's a good, make sure you pay attention, right?
Yeah.
Let's read the rest of it. AC is 2 times MN. Yeah, right? And MN is parallel to AC. Those are midpoints. You connect them. They're parallel, right? So let's do this. All the above, right? Good thing Laura's here today. Any questions on number 41? You connect the two midpoints, you got a mid-segment. They're parallel. This is half of this, and this is twice that. Good. All right, 42. What is the value of x? What do we know about these three angles? First off, what's this angle called? What kind of angle is this of the triangle? Yes, ma'am? Huh? Starts with an E. It's an exterior angle. It's on the outside of the triangle. Make sense? So what do we call the other two angles? Yeah, they're the remote interior. They're opposite interior. So if this is the exterior angle we're talking about, these two angles here would be the opposite interior angles. So what do we know about these three angles? Like what kind of equation can we set up to solve this for x? Yes?
3x plus 2x minus 5 equals 4x plus 25.
Yeah. The exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two opposite interior angles. So if we add up the two opposite interior angles, 3x plus 2x minus 5 is equal to 4x plus 25. So I can combine some like terms. I've got 5x minus 5 equals 4x plus 25. What do you want to do? Minus the 4x over. So I got x minus 5 equals 25. And then add the 5 over. So I've got x equals 30. Look back at our question. What is the value of x? It's 30. Questions? All right, 43. What is the value of x? What kind of shape is this? Trapezoid, good. And that segment that's labeled 13 centimeters. What do we call that? It's the mid segment again. Because notice, this is a midpoint. We know that by these two tick marks. And then this is a midpoint on this side. Because of that. So if you connect them, there's a mid segment. What do we know about the mid segment of a trapezoid? The length of it. It's the average of the two bases. Add these two numbers up. Add this base and this base divided by 2, you'll get the mid segment. Okay? Another way to solve this, what do I got to do on a number line to get from here to here? 10 to 13. On a number line.
Plus 3.
Add 3, right? So if I add 3 again, I'll get 16. And we can check that by adding the two bases. What's 10 plus 16?
26.
26 divided by 2?
13.
13. Questions on 43? (44) What is the midpoint of AC? What's the midpoint formula?
One x plus 2x divided by 2. Y1 plus y2.
That gives us point A, -2, 5, B, 7, -3, and they want to know the midpoint. The average of the x's. Think about the midpoint would be like an average, right in the middle, right? So we're going to add up the two x's and divide by 2, and then we're going to add up the two y's and divide by 2. And that'll be my midpoint. So -2 plus 7 and 5 plus -3. What's -2 plus 7? So 5 halves. And 5 plus a -3. 2 over 2 is 1. So 5 halves and 1. What do you think?
B.
Looks like B, right? 5 halves is 2.5. So we'll go with B. Any questions on the midpoint formula? Midpoint, right in the middle. So it's like an average. Add up the x's, divide by 2, add up the y's, divide by 2. All right, 45. They tell us if M is the midpoint of Ln. So M is the point in the middle, and they give us L, and they give us M. They give us the endpoint. They want to know what's the coordinates of the other endpoint. So here it's a little different. It's like this. They're giving us L, they give us M, and they want us to find N. L is -3, 4, M is 1, -2, and they want us to find this point. So everybody understand the difference between 44 and 45? What do they want us to find in 44? They want us to find the midpoint. Use the midpoint formula. 45, they're giving us the midpoint, and they want us to find this other endpoint way out here. do these questions this way. Set it up vertically. Make sure the midpoint's in the middle. And then write the points down. -3, 4, 1, -2. Alright, now think of a number line. What do I gotta do to get from -3 to 1? -3 to 1. Gotta add 4, right? So let's add 4 again. What do you get? 5, right? Good. Think of a number line. What do I gotta do to get from 4 to -2? -6. So that's -6 again. -8. There's your answer. So that is what? B. Any questions on 45?